Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Lavender, New York's favorite British mortgage broker. You should already know that by now. Today we have a very special guest, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and all-around great dude, Dominick DeFilippo. Thank you very much for coming along.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I know it wasn't too bad of a drive.
No, not a bad drive.
7 hours?
Good. No, yeah, just about. Just under 7.
Awesome. So, Dom, please introduce yourself to the people. Tell them what you do and why you are the man.
Sure. So,
Brag away.
my name is Dom DeFilippo. I am an entrepreneur. Mainly, I'm a real estate agent. I have a real estate team with Keller Williams called the Empire Team. And I have various other businesses that, we're going to be getting into today.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay, so I want to go into your other businesses because I find that very, very interesting that
Sure.
you manage a bunch. And I'm interested specifically in like your systems, your time management, like
Sure.
how you structure your teams, all that. But let's not jump into that just yet.
Right.
Let's talk about your real estate career. How did you get in? How did you get into even building a team right off the bat? Because like that's something that most realtors I know dream of.
Yeah, of course. So, started out as a solo agent, and it grew into a...
When did you start?
I started 2015.
Okay. Not too long ago.
No, not
3
too
years,
long.
yeah.
Not too long. And I got close with the person who owns the franchise, Keller Williams. His name is Lou Cordello. And him and I got to talk, and we're like, you know what, we jive well together. Let's, start this team. And he brought me on. I took over the team, and we've grown it to be this big team. And then, Lou wanted to focus on bigger projects outside of the four walls of Keller Williams. And I was like, all right, let's rebrand. Let's call this the Empire Team, because I have my other businesses are all Empire related.
So
Cool, it's just like it's Dominick and Empire.
A great name, too,
exactly.
Empire.
Right. Yeah.
I like it. It's like it's not too much, but it's like
It's just enough.
nice at the same time. Okay, so how long ago was that?
Empire Team was introduced this year, but I took over the Cordello team. It was about 4 years ago.
Got it. So you just rebranded the team.
Rebranded the team. That's pretty much it.
Okay, how many of you?
We have 7.
Oh wow, it's a big team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you tell me, Dom, like how do you basically structure the team? Like I imagine that you have systems in place.
Right.
Maybe you keep them accountable. Maybe you don't.
Right.
Maybe they're responsible. Like what is it about your team that's special?
Sure. So, yes, accountability is number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and systems and processes and goals, they all come into play. But it's structured in a way of like I'm the team leader. I do the listings. I go on the listing appointments. I get the listings on the market, and in turn, that gives business to the buyer's agents. And there's 5 or 6 buyer's agents, and we have an ISA. An ISA is making the phone calls all day to the potential sellers, potential buyers.
Oh, ISA is here or the Philippines?
Here.
Oh, cool.
We tried
Yeah.
to outsource to a virtual assistant, but it doesn't have. I mean, it's cheaper, obviously.
Yeah. But they can tell.
Exactly.
And they don't know the market. They
No,
can't talk
they
the
don't.
same way.
On the third question, it's like,
Yeah.
versus somebody who's here and knows the market and knows the area and has an American like accent.
Yeah, that
you
helps.
know?
Yeah,
It
British one isn't great for that.
No, that helps.
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes. I literally had people reaching out to me for mortgages in England.
Really?
So I had to rebrand from the British mortgage broker to New York's favorite British mortgage
Ah, there you
broker.
go.
It was very, very...
Hell of a logo, though.
Yeah,
I gotta
silly.
be
Thanks,
honest with you.
man.
It's a great
Thanks.
logo.
yeah, I always find that the house and the chimney logo is corny, but it's just...
It
it's
works.
Easy.
It
It's
works.
Easy. I think you're talking about more so the half British, half American.
No,
part,
but
which
you
I love.
needed to end it somehow, and that's perfect.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
course.
that. So talk to me more about the team, please.
Yeah,
so what you're getting the listings, they're doing the open houses.
Sure, of course. Yep. I don't do the open houses. All the buyers agents, they take the buyers from the open houses. We pay for online leads. We pay for Zillow leads. We pay for Trulia leads. I mean, they're like the necessary evil nowadays. And we work big on our SOI. We do good client events. We just had an ice cream event for all of our clients.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we
Big
tried.
turnout?
About 70 people.
That's great.
Yeah, so and
That's
it
really
was open to the public, so it was really good that we had that like dual like
Yeah.
invite only and then open to the public. It worked and married well together.
Well, so how did that happen? It was just first invite only, and then after what, a couple hours, you opened it up?
No, I mean it was open to the public physically. So we had invite only, and by the way, we'll take walk-ins.
Oh,
so
I
it was
see.
right
Cool.
in front of our building. We put up our backdrop, our Empire Team backdrop.
I think I saw that on your story. Was that
did,
this
yeah,
weekend?
yeah. No, it was a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So client events, SOI, internet leads, and
What
all
does SOI stand for?
sphere of influence.
Okay,
SOI.
Okay, so I
Friends,
definitely-
family, and
I
past
definitely should know
clients.
that. I mean, I just haven't heard it abbreviated or an acronym for it, but that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, SOI is huge.
Yeah,
I know
of
we
course.
can use it. I feel like even on the loan officer side, it's
Yeah,
something
100%.
that we don't do enough of. I mean, when it comes to finances, sometimes like people are comfortable, some people
Sure.
are not. Like I've had cousins that send me their tax returns without me even asking, and
Right.
I've got other people that just aren't comfortable. But
That's
okay.
true.
Just part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you're teaching these agents how to do all this, like how to work their sphere,
Right.
like how to do these events. So your business philosophy sounds fairly similar to mine, is that you have a lot of different avenues for generating business,
Yes.
right? And you don't just go in on one. It's like, it's not an eloquent way to say it, but throw at a wall and see what sticks
Yes.
is basically what I do. So
Yes.
yeah, same with you?
100%. Like on my ride here, I had an idea, and I call my wife. I'm like, what if we do this? And she's the one who brings me back down. I kind of need like the yin and yang,
Yeah.
but if I could throw ball and see what sticks on every single idea, I would. But I
Well,
filter them
some
out.
aren't worth it,
Some
yeah.
aren't worth it. Some are like, I give it like a day of thought process, and if it's still somewhat interesting, I'll move forward with it.
Yeah. Anything specific that you like wanted to try and didn't, that you kind of regret?
Heated toilet seat when I was 11 years old. I thought about it. I'm like, this is something we should do. And then I was 11, so we didn't do anything with that.
I will tell you that I haven't used a bidet for a while, but the
Right.
heated ones are amazing. Like
Yeah.
I miss it. Like I can't find one that fits in my apartment. but
Right.
I think everyone should have one. Like,
100%.
like the Japanese are freaking geniuses.
Yeah.
It's just like, why not? Especially in the winter, man. It's like it's cold and the seat's nice and warm. It's like sometimes I just chill there for an hour. Like, I don't even need to go. Just like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah, not
Give me
bad.
time.
Not bad.
Maybe we'll do a client giveaway for bidets.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it would, just a friendly reminder, smash the logo on there as well. Okay, so what other avenues are you working that you're finding success in? I would say, let me rephrase the question. What avenues of generating business are you having success with in this market specifically, because it's a challenging market, and did any of them surprise you at how good they would be?
For real estate, how are we getting
For real estate more specifically, yeah.
Sure. We do mailers.
Oh.
And we actually get good feedback on the mailers because they're actually, like, we handwrite them.
Gotcha.
And
Yourselves.
instead of mass producing them with a sticker and this, that, and the other, and it looks like another piece of junk mail, we're handwriting letters, handwritten notes. Pleasure meeting you. Pleasure speaking with you. Happy birthday. Happy home anniversary. And staying in touch with clients that way, you're not going to throw out a handwritten letter
Nope.
in your mailbox.
Nope.
You'll open it. You'll be like, what the hell is this? You open it. Wow, cool. We just put a business card in there. Here's our phone number. Let me know. Blah, 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 blah. And we even do this with like buyers and people who we know are looking for houses still. And new one just came to market. Give me a call. Just another way to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Because we can
Another
call them.
reason to stay in front of them, and it's
Exactly.
It's also a good reason, right?
Right.
So I saw this meme the other day online. No potential client wants to get an email from you wishing them happy Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, or turn back your clocks.
Right.
Like shit like that.
Like if your business is that weak, you need to find different ways to
Exactly.
provide value,
Right.
which is what you're doing. I use this tool. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Home IQ.
Yeah, I have heard of it. I don't
There's
use
also
it.
HomeBot, which is a competitor. I've used both of them. So that's like my post-close software that I use
Sure.
to really provide value. It's not a mailer, but it's like it basically sends them, think of a Zillow's estimate on their property, but like on steroids.
Sure.
And the information is actually like accurate because the info is provided by CoreLogic and BlackRock and like all these different crazy places with actual amazing and accurate information. So it's like it's got all these call to actions. Like, so if they want a CMA on their house, they click a button and then the software texts you and emails you saying, Dom, your previous client from 4 years ago wants to know their value. Right. Sometimes they're just like, I'll send you an invite to it later. Don't worry. But it's like, even if, let's say that they're not interested in selling, right, and they're just curious, it's just a reason for you to talk to them again.
It's true.
Right. So it's like, without like, would you rather call them and have a conversation with them through that, or call them and say, how's everything?
Right.
Like, you know, and that's
just checking in.
Yeah. And that's different if like you have a genuine relationship.
Right.
Let's be real. We don't click with every client.
That's true.
Right. So I find that with the clients that we don't click with as well as we do with others, that's where software and stuff like that like really helps because it's valuable.
Yeah. You got to provide value versus like, give me business. It's a desperation call, you know?
And they know too.
You can smell it a mile away. I hate the calls.
Yeah.
I don't want to get them. You know, I know exactly what it is the first 10 seconds into the call. I don't want to get that. I don't want to give it because I hate getting it. Yeah. You know, how often do you walk into a store and they're like, can I help you find anything? And you're like, no. And then they're just walking around you like a little puppy dog. Like, I don't want, like, that's what I want to avoid.
It deters people from wanting to buy or wanting to do anything because you got someone hovering around you. Like, it's like you feel that pressure. And I think even though it's not the same thing as going into a retail store, but it's a similar thing. It's like that desperation, that it's this like unsaid pressure, you know. And I think there's like a careful balance between follow up and being awful, just awful.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do. But my philosophy, so I am like the opposite. I do absolutely zero follow-up. All my follow-up is done through automations and the, you know, kind of, when I say I do zero follow-up, I mean I'm not making any outbound calls for follow-up. I'm checking in with people for specific events, like you said, like birthdays, but I'm not sending them like something generic. I'll like do a voice note on my phone and like wish them happy birthday that way. Like it's much more genuine. Right. So I found like when you add all these tools together, it increases client conversion and overall, like it helps them see you in a more, what's the word? Respectable manner where they're actually like, they want to reach out to you versus you coming to them. So like, again, the whole purpose of it, well, this is the way that I actually see the business, Dom, is like, as loan officers and realtors, a lot of us have this like weird sales ego, and we think that we are so good at what we do that we can convince someone to buy a house when they're not ready to buy a house. We don't have that kind of power unless you're a snake oil salesman. Right. So we're not physically capable of that. So with that said, and realizing that, I think that it's better off that you approach this with wanting to be the person that's in front of them when they're ready. When that, like, when it clicks off in their head. And that involves, staying in touch with them at various times so they're constantly thinking of you.
Yeah. I mean, not every client fits the same mold. Right? One client needs hand-holding every day. The other one needs you to reach out every 4 or 5 months, if that. But they have your number. They'll call you when they need you. And everything in between. And that's something that, you know, in the business of, you know, mortgages and real estate, that not every mortgage lender or realtor understands. And they think they operate in a mindset of scarcity versus abundance. And that it kind of reeks a little bit of desperation.
And that's not just like a like buzzword, right?
No.
It's a very real thing. Because it seeps into how you carry yourself and how you interact with people.
100%. But once you know, like, I'm going to be good, and you're not like, hey man, you want to buy a house? Like, and when I first started out, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But then I got more and more experience, more and more sales. And I'm like, okay, so long as I just do this, I'll just keep flowing. And somebody will fire me one day, but it's okay, because I'll get hired by somebody the next day. And just operate with that instead of a roller coaster of, oh my God, I have no closings. Let me call everybody in the sun. I had 2 closings. Like it's a roller coaster, and nobody wants that, you know?
So regardless of the market,
Yeah.
your closings, your behavior is the same.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself insane. Mortgage rates are high nowadays.
22-year high.
Okay.
Good times.
Yeah, right. But then, like, okay, so mortgage rates are high. Now, every realtor has the same script in front of them. Well, back in the 80s, the mortgage rates were 13%. But. I'm like, okay, a car costs what a house cost 20 years ago or 30 years ago, whatever the case is. So it doesn't equate. Okay. So enough with the script. Drop it. Do they need to buy? They need to buy. Not want to, need to. Are they having babies? Are they getting divorced? Did somebody pass away? Are they getting married? They have to get out of the. You have to find them motivated. And the only way to do that is just stay in front of everybody.
Right. So speaking of that, that is, in my opinion, a normal market that people are buying and selling for those reasons, right? The family is growing, get married, unfortunately someone passes away, estate sale, whatever the case may be. That's a normal market that we have to be accustomed to, and that's what I am and you are because you're experienced, obviously. But the agents and the loan officers that have been in the business for the past 2 years are used to just like people buying and selling because I've got money, let's do it. Right. It's a very, very difficult thing for them to now adapt to.
Right.
So it's like when your foundation is in the business is based on like being spoiled for business.
Sure.
It's so difficult to go from that to like fighting to make a fraction of what you made before with, exponentially like 3-4 times the amount of effort. Right. So, and they don't realize that that's not a normal market. Like this grinding market. I mean, look, this current market is not normal either. It's just the opposite end of the spectrum. But we knew it was going to come. It's like how people are just going to keep buying nonstop forever. It's not possible. Right. It's not possible. So it had to come to an end. The real question is are you or are you not able to adapt? Sure. I posted this interesting statistic last night on my story that 50% of the loan officers have left the business since 2021. Oh, I love it too. I love it. I'm all for Darwinism, survival of the fittest.
100%.
Numbers don't lie.
And they make up a large majority. I don't know about if this is in your business, but to be a real estate agent, you got to take a X amount of hour course online, pass a few tests, and boom, you're a real estate agent. Congratulations. You can hang your license anywhere. Anybody will take you. Yeah. But that happened in the past 2-3 years when the market was hot. Everybody's getting their license. They're helping out their cousin, their aunt, their mom, their whatever the case is. And they'll do their 2, 3, 5 deals a year. And a single person doesn't matter. But when you put them all together, they're taken away from the full-timers who've been doing this for a long time. So I'll have one-offs like, hey, I'm actually going to go with my cousin. She just got a real estate license. Hey, I'm actually going to go with my wife. So I'm ready for the max this. I'm excited for it because it leaves more room for the people that are in this for the long haul. That's full time. It's not part-time nonsense. It's not a weekend warrior like a side hustle. They're all leaving, which is good. Yeah.
It's the business that will be left over for us will be dramatic. Exactly. And the truth is that client base will be in better hands with us anyway. As ruthless as it is to say to the people exiting the business, it's a natural thing if you can't handle it. And it's not an easy business.
It's the biggest purchase of somebody's life. Yeah. And you want to put it in the hands of an amateur. Right. Somebody who's just looking for clout on social media.
A lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was just thinking okay, can everyone stop making videos of them getting out of cars and looking cool? Like, I can't believe I'm still seeing this shit, right? Like, regardless of the car. I mean, I saw one yesterday. It was like a 5-year-old German car. Like, I could easily tell by the model. I mean, lovely car. But at the end of the day, like, dude, just like, show yourself, like demonstrate value. You looking cool, walking around your office, getting out your car with your sharp suit, that doesn't provide your client value. Yeah. That provides your ego a sense of fulfillment. So it's like, it's not about us, it's about them. Make it about them.
Right. The best part of those videos is now, and they start with getting out of bed in the morning. So they woke up, they took a tripod, they put it on the side of their bed. They pressed play. They got into bed. They put the covers back on, and they got back out, and they went to go check that. Are you kidding me? If I ever do that, shoot me in the head. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, it's bad.
That's insane But they think it's like everybody's doing it, and it gets the likes, it gets the attention because people like to like other things. But come on, that's fulfilling your what you want to do.
Right.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I'd say the only people that it works very, very, very well for, and these people shouldn't stop doing it, are just freakishly good-looking people that are trying to
You and
grow
I.
their social. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be the hair. So, yeah, it's like for them, absolutely. But like in our business,
No,
like,
that's for models.
right.
You know,
And I'm just
but-
like the day in the life of a loan officer. I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't give.
Yeah.
Like, why would you care about me? Like, okay, so to my like on my stories, I'll post what I'm doing just throughout the day,
100%, yeah.
so people have an idea of what my life is like, and I'm relatable. But
Right.
there's a huge difference between doing that and being like, I'm the look at my morning routine, and you'll also be the
Right.
It's a little different.
Exactly. It's all for clout.
Interesting business.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's pretty funny though.
It is, honestly. It's
Lots of characters in the business.
yeah, definitely. 100%. Lots of egos, lots of characters.
Yeah. And to be fair, you have to have some ego.
100%.
You have to.
You can't be an entrepreneur without having a little bit of an ego or
Yeah.
be egotistical a little bit. I'm egotistical,
Yeah.
but I will never set up a tripod and watch myself get out of bed. I will never do that.
No.
But don't quote me. I'm just kidding.
If you do, you said shoot me.
It's true.
So I've got them ready, man. Let's go. Okay, so while we have time, because wow, we actually don't have a lot of time left. Dive into your other businesses real quick, Dom.
Sure. So
Actually, wait.
okay.
Excuse my language.
Great.
Before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
this is a very important question I like to ask high producers. Is like, do you have a specific? Speaking of routines, but do you have specific things in your life? It doesn't have to be routine related. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's time with your wife and your kid, and soon to be another kid. Right? Is it like what is it that like keeps you on your game?
That's it. My family.
Yeah.
I need to provide for them, and I need to provide for their kids. So, and in order to do that, and I'm in the business of real estate. I'm buying real estate, and in order to fund that, I need to do my job as a real estate producer and lead my team in the right direction. Also, my team is very big, right? I need them to hit their goals. In order for them to hit their goals, I have to do my job in coaching them, training them, giving them the leads. You know, working through problems with them on a daily basis. I need to know how to do it, and in order for me to know how to do it, I got to be in it all day long, every day. So my family and my team, and they have their goals as a team, as individuals. So we have a team goal that we have to hit. And my wife is a stay-at-home mom, which is a job in and of itself. Yep. But I want that to stay that way, you know, and we want a larger home. We want a great primary house. And I want to buy investment properties all over the United States. So in order to do all that, I need to be on my game in real estate and provide our clients with top-level service so they'll refer us time and time again.
Yeah.
So that's the drive every single day.
And it's pretty simple and clean too. I think that's the simplest answer
Yeah.
to like what is. I essentially asked you like what is your why?
Yeah.
And that's like
That's it.
done pretty simply. Okay. Great answer. Thank you.
You got it.
Okay, so into the other business.
Sure.
What are they? So yeah. So one is what are they? Two is how do you manage all of it?
Sure. So other businesses, I have a wedding entertainment business called Empire Sound. We do DJ, photo booth, and video, and we do like 99% weddings. And started in 2011 in basement parties and sweet 16s, and it's grown to what it is today. We've done hundreds of weddings, and that's not an exaggeration.
No.
And we fully licensed the whole nine, and I do the weddings, or I outsource it to DJ and an MC. We have a full video crew who I bought all the cameras necessary, or they can use their own equipment. All the photo booths, that was a large investment. There's 3 photo booths now. So it's just a matter of, and it's not my primary source of income, so I can put money back into the business to build it more and more and more and more until it's fully sustainable. It has all the necessary equipment to, now I can pull money from it. And I've been able to do that as well. That's one business. Another is a party rental business, Empire Party Rentals. We do tents, tables, chairs, inflatables, and concessions for backyard parties. We started in 2020, and COVID hit like that. And we're like, oh,
I feel like that would be great for COVID.
It was. We thought it was going to be terrible, but everybody's having backyard parties, so 2020 was our best year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have an app on the App Store called Account-A-Buddy.
Account-A-Buddy?
Account-A-Buddy.
Okay.
It is a app to hold you accountable to your own goals that you set.
Oh,
yeah.
How does that work?
It's user generated. So we have suggested goals for you, or you could put in your own goals. My goals are wake up at 9, or drink a half a gallon of water, go to the gym.
I doubt it's wake up at 9 for you, but I get it. Yeah.
But it's completely up to you, and you'll have streaks. You can compete with your friends. You can have account-buddies on the app, somebody you don't know across the world, rather than having your wife or your spouse or your brother or sister hold you accountable, because I'm going to want to strangle you because you got to stop telling me to go to the gym because of my relationship with you personally.
Right.
That's where it stemmed from. So now I can...
And sometimes that accountability doesn't fit into certain relationship dynamics.
Exactly.
Like certain things, like you don't want your wife to hold 100%. You accountable for.
If she tells me to go to the gym, I'm going to be like, you shut up right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not sexy.
No, it's not.
No.
I have an Edible Arrangements franchise in Westchester County, Sleepy Hollow, New York. That's self-explanatory. I bought it last year, coming up on a year in November.
Congrats.
So thank you very much. And I think that's it. I'm not forgetting anything.
Any other businesses in the pockets?
Business
here, business there.
Well, one thing is I just bought a house in Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Investment, I obviously.
Yeah. Bought a house, a single-family home in Ohio, and that's one door.
How did you decide? Because I was looking at out-of-state rentals as well, and I did consider Ohio specifically. So how did you land there?
It's a landlord-friendly state, and the home prices, single-family homes, are rather low in price.
Yeah. And rents are decent, I presume.
I'm sorry?
Rents are decent.
Rents are decent, and actually we're thinking about doing Section 8 guaranteed government rent. So we don't have, a tenant out in Ohio saying, I can't make it this month. I can't.
So I have a couple rentals here in New York, and most of them are on programs, primarily Section 8. And I've had them for, I think, 5-6 years now. And
right.
Like godsend. I couldn't imagine during COVID trying to chase people down.
It's tough.
Each for $2,000 to $3,000,
And then you get the slumlord label.
Right. I didn't worry about it. Just because you do Section 8 doesn't mean that you're a slumlord.
No. Slumlord meaning pay your rent, goddamn, like to a regular.
Yeah, no one wants to have to do that.
I know, it's tough. It's
not
tough.
Fun.
I have my 2 rentals in New York, and thankfully they're not government. They're regular, privately rented, and I haven't had a problem with them. But I figured Ohio just makes the most sense for a low purchase price. And
you have a management company out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interviewed 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll just buy in Ohio myself and use your one.
There you go.
The work. Thanks, Dom. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it.
Give you a little referral fee. Okay, man. So we all are on time, or we're out of time, basically. However, any final thoughts that pop into your mind for the people of America, or just people in the business, whether it's advice specific to the industry, just whatever pops into your brain, man?
No. So if you're searching for a home, obviously get a correct mortgage lender who knows what they're doing.
Yes.
And the rates are high currently, sure, and this is not me being salesy. I don't like doing that, but you want to wait for the rates to drop. The rates will drop. Congratulations. Rates are now at 5.5, let's say, arbitrary number. But we're still in the seller's market. We're still in a scarcity of inventory. So now the home price is going to increase again. So wouldn't you rather lock in your purchase price versus your rate, which, by the way, you can refinance any which way for the length of your loan. So, and that's what I would say. If you need to move, if you need to buy, if you need to sell, I would say do it. My own brother is looking for a house, and I'm saying to him, like, it's now is the time to buy, because when the rates do eventually drop and they normalize to a 4 or 5, the home price is going to go up because we're in a seller's market. What's a seller's market? It's the simple law of supply and demand that you learned in middle school. Low supply, high demand, and that's
and the problem is that there's no sign of it changing.
No, there isn't.
It's they're saying it's going to take builders like 8 years. To
Exactly.
catch up.
Exactly.
It's not possible.
Exactly. So that's my advice would be: if you need to buy, buy. don't wait. If you need to sacrifice, 50, 70 grand on your purchase price and get a smaller home, a first time a starter home, then do it.
Excellent freaking advice. People need to hear that more, because a lot of them go for like the dream home immediately. Sure. There's nothing wrong with a starter home.
Exactly.
And then 5 years, whatever, you upgrade. No one stays there forever.
No. I think it's turnarounds every 7 years.
Yeah.
You stay in a home for 7 years. And don't go house poor. And by the way, your monthly is not going to stop at your mortgage and your taxes and your insurance. Sure, you can use that as a basis, but now you have utilities and your boiler's going to go and your roof is going to go. I bought my house in 2019. I've replaced my roof. I've replaced my boiler. I've replaced my hot water heater, my water softener, my bathroom, my deck. It's a cost of homeownership. Yeah. But don't stay renting because you're putting $1,500 into a paper shredder every single month. That's all you're doing. You're paying your landlord's mortgage. Yeah. We're just ironically talking about
which we appreciate greatly. Yes. But I think that there's something to say about that, because given that we're on both sides,
right,
that we make money on each of the sides, it tells people that we're giving our legitimate, non-biased opinion.
Of course.
It's the same advice that you give to your brother.
Right.
I give to my family. It's like if you can afford to buy and the payment is comfortable, then you should buy, right? For those exact reasons. You shouldn't buy if you're not ready.
Right.
If you're not ready, you're not in a place. I mean, it's a whole different thing. But it's in your best interest, unfortunately, because there's no sign of things slowing down.
That's true.
So, Dominick, thank you very much for coming on. It was a pleasure. I think we could legit keep going for another half hour, which means
probably
that I'm going to have you back on.
Okay, sounds good.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
Thanks, Dom.